Hi, it's Joanne and today I'm going to be watching Motherland Fort Salem Season 3 Episode 1 Homo Cantus. Season 3 is back. I'm a week late because my computer died, but I'm so excited to watch this show. I'm devastated that it is the final season, but I love my girls. I'm so excited to get back to it. The last episode's ending was traumatic, it was devastating, and I'm kind of scared to go into this season, I can't lie. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon. All of Motherland Fort Salem is up on my Patreon, unedited, if you would like to find it there. I will get this up as soon as I can on YouTube, and then the next episode as well, because I'm recording this on Wednesday, and yes, let's go. The first witches. They spread to the far corners of the world to spread witches? I just love the lore and the history of this world. Like, I know I've seen the showrunners saying like, this is not the end or whatever, and I really do hope that they make more. I would read books set in this world. I would watch other shows set in this world, although I do want my girls to be front and centre, my witches. I just love everything about the world they've created here, and I need more. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Okay, who makes me whole with playing better?
My baby. I've missed you all. Okay. These two had their priorities in check. Glad to see it. Is this like a Dodger warehouse? Whoa. I assume they were like hiding and working in like a different place, just hiding, but I love that.
And why is this important, everyone?
I understand.
The longer we stay free.
You need to change your face. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, is that Nicta?
I work too dirty for you? Think hard about it.
It is. I am concerned because obviously this is an organisation that helps so many people, and them helping our girls when the whole government is hunting them could put everybody in danger. But I'm also like, don't you dare change their beautiful faces. You killed your own daughter. You son of a bitch. Bastard. Pathetic little man.
You are living every father's nightmare. The loss of a child.
Actually, he murdered his child.
What would you like to ask them?
That video with the pinprick needs to come out, but then even then I don't know if that would make sense. Like, I know that like there's a lot else going on, and that at the end of the day the public thinking that they're murderers isn't the worst thing, although it's a pretty shit thing. I just really want their names to be cleared at the end of all of this, and I don't know how.
Which is why I've gathered funding for a new genealogical research project to identify
Fuck.
an unknown witch.
Odd low-pressure system that's been lingering over the base.
Christ, is that Penelope?
Sell it herself.
Can we fix Penelope somehow?
Able to reach Abigail.
Is she just in there and then she can come back and say that they helped?
Not doing good things to me. I was involved with this spree for a while.
I'm glad she's honest.
Nobody's business. Maybe we can go finish what we started.
At least some people are happy. Oh, Tally.
Way to make a girl feel single.
It's a beautiful dream that they should have every right for. Bless them. I do still struggle with the fact that Scylla killed a lot of people, but I think she's also making up for it in her own way, and she was lost and used.
She's gone.
Okay, Tally keeping up the training, I respect it.
Do I seem peaceful?
Though again, given how much murder she initiated.
Did you ever recruited me this spree? Back in the day? No chance. You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Yes, but the spree murder innocent people, Tally, and that's not you.
Behind your eyes. Find a source of
This is dangerous magic, Tally. I respect you and I love you and I believe in you.
your nerves. It's turning your head.
Till you get to the point where you remember the future.
I want to be ready for what's up against.
Tally, Abigail.
Wouldn't it be better in case something goes down from...
Yes, but you're the lead actresses of the show.
So, I need her to tell me what to do.
I know, sweetheart, but we're gonna figure this out together.
Which I usually try to... In the name of the goddess, are you still doing wearing those pieces? You might want to strongly consider minding your own business.
Mm-hmm. Is it? I just nicked her. We're working with her, and I know why we're working with her, and I don't necessarily think, I don't believe the death penalty, so she doesn't deserve to die. But how many innocent people has she killed, and we're just cool with it?
Sure.
That guy was part of the crew.
The one who signed on space flights?
Yep. He's the one that killed Penelope, really, because he infected her and caused the need for her to die. But I'm still hoping she's in the skies and we can bring her back together.
Guessing that. Wish you well, though. For real. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to see it go. Oh, sweetie. I'm sorry we didn't get the chance to hang out. Okay.
This is a very strange interaction. Oh no.
Try and make it quick.
Oh, Abigail. This could blow back on everybody in the area. Fuck.
No.
Abigail, why are you out in public? I know you need to call your mum for advice. I know you're like, what, 19, 20, but no.
I miss her too. That surprise you?
A little bit. Alda did care about the witches, but she also did things I didn't agree with. This show is brilliant with the black and white and everything.
Cops were checking people's faces with this weird flashlight. Checking for work. Getting closer.
That is a brilliant way to make it so that they can't change their faces, because obviously they are the lead actresses of the show. If they all look different, it would suck. I love that as a method of keeping it within the show's world. It makes sense that they would develop, they know witches can change their face, so that it makes so much sense. Tally, stay careful, please.
Do you need a permission? No.
She can learn a lot from Nicta, but we have to remember what Nicta's done.
Together. See the end of the fight when we're at the bar afterwards having a good time. Is this what you want?
Fuck. Random fancy man, there was nothing to see here.
It's the root. All the world's languages.
It's so sad that the number of people keeping this alive are so few.
Exceptional marks and physical infiltration. Yes, ma'am. Shame to waste such a spectacular talent.
Oof. She's going undercover. Be safe, I like you.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hate away.
I really like you now.
It's the same one.
These idiots.
It's time for us to start a family.
Wait.
This is real talk.
Are you being quiet still?
What about everything?
It is, I mean, I don't know that right now is the best time, and you're like very young, but I also do understand in other ways. Oh god.
To do a quick walkthrough. You can show us how to get up to the roof. Somebody saw somebody messing around up there. We'll be in now.
Oh no, Tally. Is that really a police matter that an employee was on the roof of their building?
Any vandalism? Anybody hanging around when they shouldn't be?
No, sir. We were on a pretty tight.
If they haven't complained about the roof.
A lot of that.
This thing does everything.
I think they saw someone on the roof. It was me. I was training on the roof.
Training to be stupid and careless?
At least she
It
admitted.
gets worse.
I wish you all well, but you're on your own. This place is burned. We're on the move.
I understand.
So, easy. Nothing easy about this.
It seemed harmless at the time, but this is how you learn. Everyone but Raelle has been very reckless.
Your friends ruin what we have here.
Fuck.
Run for our lives.
Not wrong. It was extraordinarily dumb for Tally and Nicta to train on the roof if they weren't supposed to. Especially fighting where they could go flying off the edge or whatever. But also, like, why did that man complain that some people were on the roof? He hardly saw anything. And the police investigated. I think it does show you the heightened security at the moment, but that was a bit of an overreaction from the police, of course. Penelope. Fuck.
I suppose it's a little late for me.
Fuck. I also understand that Penelope, obviously, they did destroy her, but it was literally her or everybody, every witch ever. Like, but if we can somehow reform her into a human, could she be like, my dad did it?
There is rot in the land. An abscess.
Jesus
Neither
Christ.
plant nor animal, sucking the strength and nourishment from this earth.
It's actually definitely not doing that, you idiot.
Mom,
It would probably be quite catastrophic
all this thing
if they destroyed the mycelium somehow.
their mother.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, if you ever need anyone to ruin everything, I am available.
Tally. It was a mistake.
Mac's an old friend. I was frustrated. What's next back there? A pillow fight?
Just drive, pretend.
Mm-hmm. You tell her.
I'm so tired.
These poor girls have only ever done good.
Maria said something about you and Phil and preventing the Union of Earth and Sky.
Oh, they really want to have a baby now.
May the goddess protect you. I love you, daughter.
Oh, she does. I hope that gives Abigail the strength to keep going. And she's fighting for the future of all witches and very literally for her baby girl's future. I love them so much. They're my girls. I just need them to be exonerated. I also would like the next 2 seasons that we were supposed to have. Mother Mushroom? I know one person this could be, but I imagine she's very connected to Mother Mushroom. Mm-hmm. Alder is back, but she's also the mycelium. Okay, I absolutely love this show. Like, just the music that goes with the show, it just immediately makes me happy, even though it makes me stressed, because things are always stressful in this show. Okay, so, to start off with, again, this show does something so well, which is it in so many ways mirrors our own world and the society we live in, and the corrupt, obnoxious bigots that have so much power in our world and are making the world a worse and worse place for us to live in. It hurts sometimes because it is so close to the truth, but it's also really, really special in so many ways. My favourite part of the show has always been and will always be Tally, Abigail and Raelle, their bond, their unit, their love for each other, their sisterhood. I am happy with Scylla coming in. Initially, I can't lie, I don't like change. And there is always going to be that part of me that's like, Scylla killed a lot of innocent people, and we have seen her show some remorse for that. I can understand more about where she was, the mindset she was in, and how she kind of was used when she was vulnerable by the spree and manipulated into doing it and things. But I still kind of have to kind of push that to the side a little bit, because it does bother me. In the same way that I know after the last season people were like shipping Tally and Nycta, and I was like, Nycta has killed millions of innocent people, at least thousands of innocent people. Tally, no, would never. Yes, we're working with her now, and yes, hopefully they will stop any of her impulses that go that way here, but, you know, it's almost the enemy of my enemy is my friend situation, rather than a we support every move you've ever made, I hope. Because they painted the spree to be such terrible evil. You know, I can remember Tally watching it on the news and being horrified that it could happen, and now she's like playfully sparring with the leader. But I also understand that a lot has changed, a lot has come, and a lot of truths have come out, in the exact same way that they've had to realise that Alder wasn't the perfect, wonderful person they thought she was, that she was real and human and had flaws and made mistakes and did things that weren't right. They can also see that the spree weren't black and white evil, but they were still fairly in the grey area. I love these girls so much, and I think they're not used to being on the run. They have not lived this life. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do stupid things like that. To be honest, Nycta is the one that I think they should be most cross with for ever being like, yeah, let's go on the roof, or yes, Tally, I'll train you on the roof, or Tally, shall I train you on the roof? Yeah, I don't mean that Tally is not at fault, but Nycta is used to hiding and being on the run. I do also like, if you were, I mean, was it like a welfare complaint because he thought he saw someone being pushed over the edge? Maybe, but just like, oh, there was some hooligans. Like, surely the company could just be like, oh gosh, yeah, that was 2 of our employees. We've spoken to them. You know, like something like that. It was a bit of an overreaction, but then you also have to remember that this is a world where they are cracking down on witches, and there is a lot of anger and sentiment and fugitives and all this terrible stuff going on, that they probably would investigate something like that because a warehouse is the perfect place to hide. Abigail just as easily could have blown their cover. Raelle potentially could have done by forgetting to do the work properly, because they were very big on their work being important, because like, and by forgetting I mean she could have got lost in Scylla and that continued to put the paper in the wrong place. I don't know, it's on, yeah. Tally of course feeling the guilt for that, Abigail realising her own mistake as well, but at the end of the day these girls looking out for each other, even Scylla. And like I was saying, I don't mind, I think Scylla does work with them now. I was initially hesitant because she'd killed a lot of people, but also because the 3 of them, I was worried that if Scylla was there, Raelle would be constantly wrapped up with her, similarly to like Adil coming along with them. Would Abigail's plotline only be about Adil? But of course it could be about both. But the sisterhood is at the heart of the show, and I never had to worry in the first place. I'm scared for our little group, I am. I'm so glad they came up with the genuine reason for them to not do the face changing technology, because otherwise it just made so much sense. Like, I almost feel like they should have been using the face-changing technology at the beginning of the episode and then found out it didn't work. So, like, when they were inside, we could see them with their faces being normal. Because obviously it doesn't make sense if your lead cast or suddenly played by different people. It would kind of be really disappointing. So, I'm glad that they came up with a version of that that worked. And we're definitely seeing our girls lost, not sure how to cope with this being on the run, struggling, tired, scared. I definitely think as the season goes on, they're going to be drawn into the fight. Now maybe they'll somehow be exonerated at the beginning, the next episode, they didn't do it. But at the end of the day, I think regardless, they're going to get drawn into the fight, because that's who they are. They want to protect other people, protect other witches, and protect innocent lives. And I'm excited and scared to see where their journey takes them. I'm glad we haven't, obviously the show's called Motherland Fort Salem, I'm glad we haven't lost what's happening at Fort Salem, and it is Penelope, she's in the sky, because that was a very much a thing that kind of, between Raelle and her mushroominess and Abigail's storm, they did like separate her essence into the air, and she's hovering above Fort Salem. Is there going to be some way they can suck her down and reform her into a human, but without the icky, evil witch plague stuff? I don't know, but obviously right now she's not best pleased, and I don't blame her, because, you know, she doesn't know it was her father, she doesn't understand. All that she knows is that she was in a lot of pain. She saw Tally, he promised to protect her, she saw Tally with Tally's friends, she asked them for help, and they killed her. I can understand that logically she's not able to see the whole situation because of the position she was in, but maybe the fact that she's not totally gone could be our first potential avenue to proving her dad did it. And there is video evidence of the pinprick. Now there is no evidence of what that was doing, but if you can prove that guy's the head of the Camarilla, then it can kind of, with him, like there are ways we could make this come out, and it would be a situation where there would always be those far right idiots out there who would believe they were guilty and that witches were evil, because those far right idiots are in the real world too, but most people would come to see the truth. Silver is terrifying because someone being willing to kill their own child. I mean, obviously he hated witches, and then his daughter was a witch, and he was like, well, you know, prune the tree. But it's disgusting. And that not only did he kill her, not only did he agree to sign off on her death, but he's now playing the wounded, grieving father and using her death to further his own aims. Absolutely disgusting. Horrific, because Republicans would do it. It's sickening. Probably there are some Democrats that would do it too, but you know, the right is into this kind of shit. And I loved seeing the way Fort Salem is scrambling desperately to try and keep up with what they were doing, to try and keep all the witches safe. Coming up with the cure for the witch plague is, the vaccination for the witch plague is everything, but also trying to stay on top of them, knowing that they're trying to figure out what they're doing. Now, logically, we know the mycelium isn't evil, it's not killing non-witches, it probably nourishes the earth and keeps it going to a degree. Destroying the mycelium would probably destroy the earth, to like, or at least change it irrevocably from anything we know and what we need to survive. So part of me is like, well, fucking let them do it and then they'll die. But no, obviously we have to stop them. It's good. that they do know what they're up to there. They're also trying to track witches, but not so that they can send them to Fort Salem and keep them safe, so they can kill them. It is also very stressful. Our girls at the heart of it all are still kids, really. Yes, they are soldiers and I would trust them with my life, but they are still kids. They're 20 at the oldest. I don't know if they have a full year past in season 2. They are so young, going through so much and staying so strong, and their love for each other is so strong, and I adore them, and I cannot wait for the next episode, which I'm about to watch. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of all of my reactions to Motherland Fort Salem seasons 1, 2 and all of 3 when it comes out on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.